Hey, what's up, Scorpio, and welcome to the channel, and welcome to your March monthly tarot card reading. My name is Robin, and this is my channel, AriesFireTarot. So once again, welcome here, and thanks for joining me. So I'm using a spread that is for the month ahead, and it's going to start with a look at your current self. So the current self is really more in tune with your higher self and your soul than your human self. So this can really help you connect to your higher self journey and, your soul karmic lessons. So I think this is really going to be a great reading for the month of March 2020, and I hope you enjoy it. So do keep in mind, guys, as you're watching through, that this is going to be a general tarot card reading, and I hope it really resonates with you, and I hope that you get some sort of advice from the reading, but keep in mind that it's general, like I said. And feel free to tap the subscribe button, guys, if you would like to have continued advice through tarot. So, like I said before, the first card is going to look at the current self. And this is going to be like a really key pivotal card because it's going to help you see what your higher self intends for you and what your soul has in mind for your journey here. So I'm going to do a deck cut, and stop talking. Interesting. So I actually got the same card for Leo in the same position. So there's something going on with you guys, your current self. You're having a little bit of an inner struggle. There could be something coming back around for you. And I find it's really interesting. I saw this, I don't know if you guys are on Instagram or whatever. So you see these memes. Can you hold on for a sec? Just needed a sip of water. So it's like sometimes you may have learned something, but then it's going to come back a second time to test you again, to test your strength. There could be some sort of yourself, like an aspect of your personality that you're trying to harmonize. This really, it indicates where there's some growth that needs to happen and maybe possibly outgrow something. So your current self, you could be experiencing some sort of struggle emotionally, intellectually, or physically, to really try and integrate yourself as a whole being. So I want to pull the theme of the month card right away to sort of support this up. And we've had the High Priestess sort of running through the readings for all the signs here, and the High Priestess really wants you to tune into who you are and what your heart wants for you. In this deck, she's sort of sitting there and kind of like looking at you and wanting you to learn a little bit more about yourself. You can see how she has the scrolls here on her lap, and she's got the moon way down in crescent here. So there's something that you guys need to be learning about yourself, and you could want to start doing some sort of new moon ritual or full moon ritual, and maybe start like doing meditations to a goddess or something like that. I'm seeing where some sort of ancient practice could be coming in handy, just the way that sort of this cloak is hanging over the chair. It's really reminding me of a wizard hat. So there's something really magical about you guys, and you could be denying it to yourself and sort of squashing things down by using not the best outlet or pastime. So really pay attention to what's going on in your life and things that you could have tried to integrate into yourself in the past that may feel like it's falling apart again. And for some of you, you could be attracted to somebody that is not good for you, that's coming back into your life. And the High Priestess is like, are you for real right now? So if you do have somebody coming back in, whether it's a love interest or somebody that you used to indulge in some sort of bad habit and they want to come back in, the High Priestess is kind of giving you a little bit of a, hey, you got to watch that because you worked really hard and now they're going to come back in and start you down that road again. So just be very careful what you want to allow into your heart and soul that you want to take forward with you. So let's see your key goal for the month. It's moving on to a different level here. So you do have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune, it talks about moving to the next level. It's like the merry-go-round of life, Ferris wheel, sorry. And, and you'll go up and up and up, and you'll stop on different levels and you can get off on them, but if you're carrying this energy with you, is that what you want to bring to the next level of your life? Like, how many levels of your life do you want to bring that shadow self? And everybody has a shadow side, everybody has dark and light, but this one, you know, if it's coming in under your current self, it's really prevalent right now, and it's something that you kind of need to tame the beast right now, right? So because your key goal right now with the Wheel of Fortune is to bring forward the qualities that you want to be sort of everlasting. And your shadow side, well, it's going to be always a part of you. Do you want your shadow side taking the mic? You know what I mean? I don't want my shadow side taking center stage, and I'm not sure if you want to either. So let's see any obstacle to overcome, you guys. You've got the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups, like, she's sometimes quite false, I find, in the sense that she doesn't bring her real self. So you have an obstacle to overcome here, like really maybe presenting the best side of yourself, which is cool, but it's hiding something. It's hiding this shadow self, and this, you could be even hiding your shadow self from yourself, you know, and just putting on that brave face and going into work and facing your family. And I really think that there's something going on here that you're hiding from yourself and the rest of your world. So you have an obstacle to overcome, and this is, like I was saying before, it's to tame the beast within you, and so that you can move forward into like the calm of your life, you know. Let's see what your major accomplishment is going to be. Planning for the future. So I'm really seeing for many of you, this is going to be, excuse me, like a really big month to get everything in line. You know, what is it that you want to carry forward and, you know, take to the next level of your life here? And do you want to keep on being kind of like dolled up and not showing your reality to people? Because there's something being hidden here, and it could be hidden from yourself. You know, you could have to do some mirror work, which is really interesting for some of you guys, you know, and shadow work, which is also kind of mandatory in some cases, especially if you feel like you're a divided person and you have to be one person in front of certain people, and then the only time that you're your real self is when you're alone. So, and that can be very difficult. So really start planning for the future here. And you do have something that you can take forward, because it's a major accomplishment for you to sort of settle yourself into who it is that you really want to be. And don't worry about anybody else's input. It has to be yourself, shadow self and all. So let's look at what to avoid. So we have the Knave of Cups here. So there is somebody coming in. I really feel like somebody is tempting you. And you know, they're tempting you down a path where you don't belong, and you could have walked that path already, you know, on your way up, like growing up, and maybe even had a battle in your adulthood, and you know, just the world is full of shadows. Like if you look, there's the web and then there's the dark web, you know what I mean? There's dark and light, and it's like this eternal struggle between angels and demons. So I really see that you guys have your demons coming up, and one of them could be coming in the guise of a friendship. So you're going to have to really, really watch out for that, and you don't want to go down that road again, because it does lead to a slippery slope. You know, it could be to start off small, and you already know that there's somebody that is not good for your health, not good for your mental health. You know, they could really impact the way that you show up at work, or if you show up at all. So there's something really, you guys have to really be careful in the month of March. There's somebody coming in that you probably had way too much fun with, but it was not the good kind of fun, and it was really not healthy. So be careful about who you allow into your life. And if the struggle is within yourself, you might need to pick up the phone and get some help, you guys. So let's see what to embrace here. So we've got the Ace of Cups, and this is really starting to get in touch with who you are as a person. And I'm seeing here, there's a call for many of you to do this deep work that might not always be pleasant, you know, and I see a lot of you could have like buried things that you're not too super proud of, but that's okay. It's part of who you are. And that's, like I'm saying, you guys, it's all right, you know, and if you're going to shed some tears over it, that's okay too. But there's also somebody coming in that there's going to be two people coming in. There's going to be somebody coming in that doesn't have your best interest at heart. And there is going to be somebody coming in that wants you to be your whole self. Okay. So this is going to be sort of a tricky month for Scorpio, definitely. So let's look at advice and encouragement. So you guys have two paths to choose from here. So you're being encouraged to choose the correct path for your future. I just saw angel numbers 1010 when I pulled this card up. So there's something really to look at. Look at that angel message also, because it came up when I pulled this crossroads. So on many decks, the character in the card is standing and looking at like the mountains, and there's like a fork in the road. So it's like you guys are at that fork in the road, and you're going to have to make a choice and, you know, sort of continue down that path. And if you have to separate from your shadow self to be able to bring your best life to the forefront right now, then that's what you need to do. If you have to, like, if you want to choose the shadow life and go that way for a little bit longer, then that's what you're going to do too. But just know that, you know, I'm seeing a real darkness that way, and it's a time here to say goodbye to all of that. But once again, you know, everything is up to your own decision here, Scorpio. But just understand that there's somebody here that wants to be your champion, and somebody that wants like basically a play toy. So be very careful about who you let into your life right now, because I'm seeing you sort of being led down a dark and twisted path, and it could be your own doing. So be very careful and observe yourself and your triggers, you guys. You know, if you're, you know what I mean? Like I was a smoker for a long time. So like I don't drink anymore, because that was one of my triggers. You know, when I was drinking, I would smoke, and then it was just doing twice the damage. So pay attention. Like if you're really an emotional eater, like pay attention to what sets you off, and pay attention to the people that set you off, that make you want to, you know, sort of behave badly. So I'm seeing quite an interesting message in your tarot card reading this month. So I hope it was helpful, and to know that you guys have all the power in the world to make the right decisions for yourself, and to exclude people that don't want the best for you out of your life, okay? So I'm going to leave the reading here for you guys, and I hope it was helpful at least. So take care. Bye.